Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. Our big focus this hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has rejected the opposition's charge of the constitution being in danger. He stated that even Baba Saheb Ambedkar would be unable to abolish it now. The Prime Minister's comments come after Congress MP Rahul Gandhi had taken a dig at the centre. The Gandhi Scion had earlier stated that the BJP will change the constitution if they come to power. In his address during a poll rally, Rahul had also stated that the world earlier looked at India as the beacon of democracy but no longer does so. Hitting out of the Congress leader's comments, Prime Minister Modi has highlighted that the Congress tried to destroy the constitution by imposing emergency in the country and did not accord due honour to Baba Saheb Ambedkar while he was alive. The Prime Minister, in fact, also lambasted the Congress, stating they are peddling lies, and the BJP has worked towards celebrating the constitution and upholding Baba Saheb's ideals. Joining us at this point to decode this in further detail is Savio Rodriguez, BJP leader. We also have Devashish Jhararia, Congress spokesperson, joining us live. Nikhil Jain, political analyst, is live with us. Gyanendra Mishra, political analyst, also joins us live. Yuvraj Pokharna, political analyst, is also joining the broadcast. Let me begin with you first, Savio. What has prompted Rahul Gandhi and others in the opposition to believe that the BJP will change the constitution if it comes back to power for a third time in 2024?
Well, I think Rahul Gandhi and the other leaders of the opposition are merely fear-mongering because they have no other points to raise as far as the elections are concerned. They have no points to give solutions to what they see as problems in this country. So they want to create a fear psychosis of a change in the constitution. I think the Constitution of India is one of the best constitutions that the world has ever seen. It gives the people of every section of society the rights that are deserving. And therefore, every government, including the BJP government, has always held strong to the Constitution of India. So this fear-mongering is expected. This is something that they've been doing for time immemorial. Right? If you look at what they did in 2014, 2019, even now they will continue to say that the constitution is in danger. They'll continue to say that CAA is against the Muslims when CAA has got nothing to do with the Indian Muslims at all. They will say that NRC is against certain communities. Again, we don't know what the NRC is going to be until it gets implemented, right? So we have to understand that the Congress is devoid of any clear strategy of development, of progress of India. What they're looking at is creating chaos in the minds of the people of this country, spreading fear that people are going to be targeted on basis of their religion, basis on their caste, basis on these different communities that they are. That's standard Congress. It's nothing new. It's something that the opposition itself will do. When they have cases like ED and right now they've started targeting the ED as well. I mean, everybody knows what the CBI was called during the Congress regime. Now the ED and the CBI are called the same. But nobody talks about the fact when the Supreme Court passes a judgment as far as bail is concerned with regards to the current Aam Aadmi Party leaders that are in custody right now. So Rahul Gandhi, firstly, I have always said it and I will continue to say Rahul Gandhi is a beast of burden because he's got the burden of the legacy of the Gandhi. He's got the burden of the sycophancy of the Congress leaders that exist. He's got the burden to prove that he's better than Narendra Modi, which is a far shot because he never gives you any solution that's required. And more so, he's got the burden of the China MOU that was signed in 2008, wherein when Mrs. Gandhi gave an interview to Xinjiang News Agency in 2011, she more or less described the broad strokes of that MOU. So Rahul Gandhi talking about constitution being in danger is akin to certain people in the minority saying that minorities are in danger in India, when I, belonging to the minority community, can tell you either my parents, my wife, or my daughters are in any danger in India because let's understand one thing very clear. A mother does not distinguish between her children, and this is our motherland. We are not minorities. We are Bharatiyas, and that's more important than anything else. So Rahul Gandhi can continue to fearmonger. That's traditional Congress. So it doesn't surprise me. If that's what you're asking me, I'm not surprised.
Okay, it's mere fear-mongering. It's mere mongering. And perhaps worse will now happen because there are no other election issues that the Congress and opposition parties have, says the BJP. Devashish, your response. why is Rahul Gandhi and so many other leaders of your party and the opposition so convinced that the BJP will change the constitution? There's no truth to it, says Savio. The Prime Minister says even Baba Sahib will not be able to abolish the constitution now in 21st century India.
Uday, first of all, I would like to tell that the RSS and the BJP, they have never accepted the Constitution of India. I would like to quote Savarkar, the great Savarkar, to whom BJP admires the most. He said that there is nothing Bharatiya in this constitution. I do not accept this constitution. He wrote this in his books. Then the second incident is on 11 December 1949. The RSS in a meeting in Ramlila Maidan claimed that this constitution is an atom bomb over the Hindi community. And they burned the effigies of Nehru's and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. See, look, constitution is not only a set of books, set up of some laws, some principles. It has a soul. And its soul is represented in the preamble of the constitution. What our constitution preamble says? It says that India is a sovereign, secular, democratic republic committed to the people of India for justice, equality, and liberty of the people. Now, if I talk about these principles, let's talk about the sovereignty. When China infringed Indian territories and PM and the Home Minister of India claimed that यहाँ तो कोई आया ही नहीं है, कोई घुसा ही नहीं है, ना कोई आया है, ना कोई घुसा है. Look what happened in Ladakh. What the people of the Ladakh are saying, they are protesting. What the people of Arunachal Pradesh are saying, not even the people, the BJP MPs are saying that the China has come to the borders of India. Now, I want the PM to clarify one thing. In the Keshwanand Bharti case, the Keshwanand Bharti case, Supreme Court laid a basic structure principle that these are the basic structures of the Constitution and these are the souls of the Constitution. If anything from this dies, the Constitution himself dies. So if I ask, if PM says that nobody can change the Constitution of India, okay, fine, we accept this. But has ever the PM or the Home Minister claimed that, says that India is a secular state, that government will not have any religion? I asked the BJP spokesperson and the PM himself and the HM himself just to make a simple comment that India is a secular state and we respect and we give priority to each and every religion of the country, okay. whether it is majority or whether it is minority. No, let me finish. Let me
answer you.
Yeah.
Savi, go ahead.
Okay, so first define what secularism is. And I'm willing to get him on national television to ask him to define secularism so I can show the rest of the country what really is the definition of secularism according to the Congress. So can you please tell me what secularism is?
We've lost Devashish's connection. Go ahead. Make your point. Okay, we've lost Devashish. Maybe Nikhil Jain wants to come in. Nikhil Jain wants to come in. Nikhil Jain, come in here. Nikhil Jain, the Congress does not have the correct definition of secularism, says Savio. Perhaps you'd like to define it for him and he can respond. Also, this is fair-mongering. There is no truth to it, says the BJP.
First of all, Uday, Savio had earlier said that why is it that the Congress is fear-mongering, telling the people that the constitution would be changed. I'm sorry, but you'll have to look at your own MPs and your own MP candidates. On 9th of March, 2024, BJP MP Anand Kumar Hegde said that constitution badalna hai. On 30th of March, BJP Nagaur Rajasthan candidate Jyoti Mirda said that constitution badalna hai. These are all matters of public record, so it's not something that I'm making up from some WhatsApp university like the BJP would like to claim. Secondly, it is not just about statements by a bunch of MPs. It is about the conduct of the BJP when it comes to, talking about the constitution. Devashish, the Congress spokesperson, raised a very important point that He asked a simple point to Savio. He asked whether the constitution is secular or not, but whether India is a secular country or not. But Savio, what you're doing?
Define secular. You're not.
I will. No. I will. No. That is what you did. You instead of Savio, instead of giving a simple yes or no, something that's written in the preamble of the constitution, no less. You chose to beat around the bush. What is secularism? What is secularism? Yes, let's come to that. So the Indian model of secularism, perfect.
No,
The Indian model of secularism.
Model. What is the definition
This is
of
you
secularism?
cannot. These are social sciences, Savio. You and I
give
are
me a
both
definition of
educated
that.
enough
That's the
to.
problem.
I am giving you that.
Exactly where the problem
You
starts.
are
Nikhil.
continually interjecting, Savio. You're continually interjecting. You're not letting me speak. I am. You are not letting me. Uday, can I at least answer the question? Can I answer the question that has been put to me? Uday, can I answer the question that has been put to me? The Indian model of
Define secularism.
See again. Yeah, is this a gully ka match, Savio? Come on, yeah. We're both educated people.
Not.
Let's do it in a proper manner. I am answering your questions, Savio. Please do not interject. You are not letting me define the Indian model. Okay, without interjections, give me 20 seconds. Let me define it. The Indian model of secularism is one where. See again.
Okay. What about your leaders? No. What about your leaders? What about your leaders who are making those controversial remarks? What about those leaders who are making those controversial remarks on the Constitution? Your response to that too, Savio?
See, it's very important first to understand when the Congress and Nikhil Jain...
No. Respond on that too. Nikhil Jain has made... I'll ask him to respond on secularism, what you were saying. But he's referred to Anand Hegde and Jyoti Mirda's statements. Are those official party lines? Or are they string?
No, they're not official party lines.
Why is she still the candidate then?
We will. And I think they have been.
Are you going to discuss the candidature?
Devashish Araria, Savio Rodriguez wants your definition of secularism.
You never let me. Uday, can I come in and please define secularism?
Devashish Araria.
No, not the Indian model. Definition of secularism.
Devashish Araria.
That's precisely what I'm talking about. The Indian model is a perverted model of secularism.
I think he
look at Savio right now. So Savio is calling the Indian constitution a perverted constitution. When the preamble of the Indian constitution says that we are a secular country, Savio chooses to come on national television, the BJP spokesperson chooses to come on national television and call it perverted. You are calling secularism perverted. You are calling the Constitution of India perverted. Savio, that is disgraceful. That is disgraceful. I am trying to give you the definition of secularism, which is that the state is not going to infringe upon the religious rights of people. The state will also not be run by a religious dictate. Whatever religion it is.
Secularism is flawed.
See, that is the point. That is why you want to change the constitution. Because tomorrow you're going to come and say, ये constitution तो कांग्रेस ने बनाया था. ये constitution तो कांग्रेस ने बनाया था तो हम बदल देंगे. ये perverted है. ये anti-national है. ये feudalistic है. ये British colonial है.
That is true secularism. Acceptance of no religion in matters of
Supreme Court of the country is wrong. The Constitution of the country is wrong. Ambedkar is wrong. Previous governments have been wrong. But only BJP MP Anant Kumar Hegde and candidate Jyoti Mirda are right. This Constitution badalna hai. Now please, Savio, why would the people of this country not be worried? You have the least modicum of respect for the Constitution of the country or its institutions. You suspended 140 MPs from the parliament because they wanted a discussion on an attack on the parliament that was carried out after they got passes from your sitting MP.
The real definition of secularism.
What is real and not real, Baba? Indian secularism is secularism where the state does not interfere in religion and it does not let religion interfere in the state. What?
Okay, let me bring in Gyanendra Mishra now. Let me bring in Gyanendra Mishra as well. He's been listening to you all patiently. Gyanendra Mishra, please come in here. Gyanendra Mishra has not spoken at all. He's been listening patiently to you all. Gyanendra Mishra, what is your take on the Constitution debate? Do you believe this is fair criticism by the opposition party, or is this a bogey that is now being raised because elections are around the corner? Gyanendra Mishra, can you hear me?
Yeah, Uday, yes, I can hear you.
That question was for you, Gyanendra Mishra.
Yes. So can you repeat the question in the commutation? I was not able to hear.
Gyanendra Mishra, please pay attention. This is a debate which I was getting you to participate in, but it seems you're not paying attention to the debate. I'll have to get in Yuvraj Pukkarna. Yuvraj Pukkarna, please come in here. on the aspect of the constitution debate that Rahul Gandhi and others are raising up. Do you believe that there is merit to what they are saying in the changing of the constitution if the BJP were to come to power for a third term, or is this just fear-mongering? Yuvraj Pukana, your take.
Yeah. Uday, frankly, giving credence to what Congress speaks and pontificates on constitution is very much a concept outlandish to me. I'll tell you how. Even when Baba Sahib Ambedkar was in the provisional government and the first government of Bharat, Nehru government sneered upon him. Second, when constitution was framed, Ambedkar Sahib was against the inclusion of the word secular and socialist and everything. And this Congress government, led by Nehruji, who imprisoned a poet, just who took a pot shot at him. I mean, this is outlandish. They are speaking, they are preaching about constitution to us. And last thing, it is the Modi government, led by none less than PM Modi, who took an unwavering dedication, devotion towards Ambedkarji to honor the legacy of Ambedkarji by building this Janma Bhoomi, Shiksha Bhoomi, Diksha Bhoomi, Shiksha Bhoomi, and this Ambedkar National Memorial. So where I see the Dalits and the tribals favoring BJP because BJP is very much constitutional. In just last 10 seconds, as per the Lok Niti CSGF data, the tribals, the Dalits are favoring BJP in large numbers to the tune of 35%. So, I mean, this number speaks a lot. Who is constitutional and who is anti-constitutional? So, I mean, where's the debate about? Where's the fuss about?
Okay. You want to respond to that, Nikhil?
See, the point that I first of all I would like to clarify that when we are talking about secularism in the Indian context, it is something wherein religions are not going to interfere in the functioning of the state, and the state is not going to infringe upon the rights of religious rights of people, whether they're from the majority religion, minority religion, whichever religion. And Justice Joseph, K.M. Joseph of the Supreme Court has also, and as have a bunch of other Supreme Court judges and jurists in the country, that secularism is an intrinsic part of the Indian constitution, of the Indian polity, as have a Katina of Supreme Court judgment held that the word secular in the Indian Constitution's preamble is intrinsic, and even though it was not added at the time of the enactment of the Constitution in 1950, it is completely within the spirit of the Constitution, which is why, despite multiple petitions seeking removal of the word secular from the preamble, they have not been entertained by the courts. On the topic of whether the tribals are with the BJP or the Dalits are with the BJP, I'm not quite sure if this is the topic of the discussion, because what we are trying to discuss right now is the BJP's penchant to, amend the constitution in a very substantial manner. And the fears are not from just the statements made by a certain bunch of BJP leaders. It is also because of the absolute disrespect that this government has for the constitution and the constitutional propriety. Look at what is happening right now, that for a long time in the country, we had a single election commissioner, but it was felt that concentrating so much power in the hands of one individual is not right, so let's have a 3-member body. And that was the process that was followed for a very long time. And the Supreme Court later intervened and said, it's not right for the president to just appoint an election commission on the advice of the Council of Ministers. Let's have a committee that includes the leader of opposition and the Chief Justice of India. But this government, completely violating the spirit of that Supreme Court order. I'm not saying they violated the order, because they did not, but completely violating its spirit, they have chosen to appoint 2 election commissioners right before the elections by a committee where the government has a majority. So it is not just about the statements, it is about the absolute disrespect. And the clear example is visible on your very debate. When the Congress spokesperson is asking the BJP spokesperson, is India a secular country? The BJP spokesperson is trying to browbeat and call secularism perverted or perverse or this or that, instead of simply saying that this is a secular country.
I truly appreciate the whataboutery that Nikhil Jain does. He's a fantastic whatabouter. But the fact of the matter is that the Indian definition of secularism that he's talking about is truly not the Indian definition. It's the Congress perverted definition of secularism. Now, secularism in its clinical definition is not the acceptance of all religion in matters of governance. It's the acceptance of no religion in matters of governance, which means that a state, don't shake your head, pick up the dictionary, you're a learned man. Please look at the clinical definition, right? It's mean.
Okay, meanwhile, the BJP also says, I think we've lost Savio there. Devashish Araria. Meanwhile, the BJP also says that it's a Congress that has not followed the constitution. They're the ones who imposed emergency. Every time you raise the constitution debate, you're confronted with the emergency. How would you respond to BJP leaders who say that to you?
Let me clarify. when the emergency was implied, there was an article in the constitution itself. Okay, which helps the government to implement the emergency in the country, whatever the circumstances are. But that was a black chapter in the history. If something goes wrong and something happens terrible, what happens for the what it gives a lesson to the future generations that these things should not be repeated. We should not repeat these mistakes. Okay, that is the lesson we learned from the history. That's why we teach histories from in the basic classes up to the even to the PhD students. If you feel that the constitution has some problems, some constitution is lacking something, you have a power in the constitution has a power to amend it. But the overall structure of the constitution should remain intact. Now my humble request to the BJP spokesperson is that when you start the preparation of the constitution, start from the Constitutional Assembly, the basic narrative the Congress wanted, the freedom fighters at that point of time, and what BJP or RSS or Jansangh wanted. Jansangh says that we believes in Manusmriti. We believes in an idea of India or Bharat that is based on the principles of the Hindu society, and Hindu society at that point of time was governed by the Manusmriti. So they were totally against the establishment of constitution, how constitution was framed. And at this point of time, when BJP is in power right now, absolute power, but not in that much, absolutely not that much power that they can change the constitution or they can change the frame of the constitution. So what they are trying to do, they are trying to go back into the future, in the past, and they want this country, what their leaders, what their the Hegdewar or the Savarkar, they have envisioned. They are trying to implement it. There are 2-3 crucial points. Secularism is there. Second point is caste census. What happens to the caste? BJP is.
Let if you are done with this lecture, Uday, may I get 30 seconds?
Yuvraj Pokharna coming in. Yuvraj Pokharna, go ahead. Yuvraj, go ahead.
Just give me 10 minutes.
Yuvraj, go ahead. Yuvraj is an intervention. I'll come back to you. Yuvraj is an intervention. Yuvraj, go ahead.
Give me 10 seconds.
Yuvraj, go ahead.
Okay, please.
Do not define secularism.
Devashish, please.
Give me 10 seconds. Thank you. See, the caste is a crucial feature of the Indian society. The Prime Minister
was rejected by Indira Gandhi.
Sir, we are done.
Prime Minister says, I don't believe in caste. But on the other hand, he says that I
Why
don't
done with the
believe
10
in
seconds?
By
community.
Indira Gandhi.
The RSS itself believes
Why did
Please,
RSS
intervene.
itself believes that there should not be any reservation in the community.
Savio and Devashish, please let me interject. I just need 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. If you are speaking about secularism in Indian perspective, then just on a lighter vein, out of the 4 panelists, Yuvraj Pokharna, Nikhil Jain, and Savio Rodriguez represent the minorities of the country. So that is the empowerment that the Indian Constitution has bestowed upon us. Second, आप बोल रहे हैं कि संविधान खतरे में है. Starting from the first amendment in 1951 to the 98th amendment in 2013. Congress has amended the Constitution 98 times. तो तब क्या आपने संविधान खतरे में आ गया था या तब आपने संविधान को तार-तार कर दिया था और बीजेपी ने 8 अमेंडमेंट कर दिए तो संविधान खतरे में आ गया? What is this canard being peddled by the opposition, the dotted India alliance? This is nothing but hogwash.
Nikhil is responding to you.
So, Uday, nobody is saying that amending the constitution with minor amendments is a problem. Of course, there is a reason there is a provision to amend the constitution, as the multiple governments done, and nobody has raised an issue with that. What's the concern Congress is raising? Yes. The concern then is substantial amendment to the constitution, an amendment to the basic structure. I'll tell you why. Sabi, I'll tell you why. Because your candidates have been saying
to amend what?
Perhaps take away the secular character of the country. Perhaps, I don't know. Like, this is the problem with the BJP. You never know. One thing, Savio, your candidates have been saying that we need a 2/3 majority. See, in order to bring into effect, Savio, wait on. in order to bring into effect a regular amendment in the constitution, you don't need a 2/3 majority. You need a simple majority, which is how the governments across the time have been able to do it, including the Modi government.
That is how you brought secular during Indira Gandhi.
It is only to bring in a substantial amendment.
During Indira Gandhi's time, right?
And that is the point. Bringing in the word secular in the preamble wasn't a substantial amendment to the constitution as has been held by the courts. It has been held by the courts.
Into the constitution?
Because to make it more clear, and the courts have held that.
What is more clear?
All right. I'm going
The Supreme Court has held it that inclusion of the word
Because
secular
she wanted to bring in the work fact. Because she wanted to
What
bring
is
in
more clear?
the constitutional provisions. Supreme Court has held it time and again.
You should be worried about the amendment done.
Okay, clearly the constitution war is certainly going to be one of the issues we will hear from all sides of the spectrum on in the days ahead. As you heard, a war of words on our debate today as well.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.